And welcome back to the Survivor Girl podcast. I am Heather, and I am here as always with my lovely co-host, my sister from another mister.
Hey, everybody.
And we also have a special guest in studio tonight. We have Candy Sue Ray with us, and we're going to be getting through the disclaimer and a couple other things before we get on to talking with her. But so I'll let you go ahead, Becky, and
Okay.
do the disclaimer.
Here's our disclaimer. We are not doctors, therapists, counselors, or trained medical professionals. We are not here to treat, diagnose, or prescribe any means of treatment. We are here to share what we've been through and overcome in the hopes of inspiring, uplifting, and empowering others.
There you go.
All of the others.
She's got that down, guys.
I was going to say,
getting
it's literally right here on my phone in front of me, but I
Awesome.
don't actually think I looked at it this time. I was looking down at my laptop. So
Yeah, she's got all of her like techie stuff going on. She gets the links down, all that fun stuff. So
yeah.
thank you for that, Becky. Becky is always on point with that because
She tries to be anyway.
I'm not.
She tries to be.
Adulting and me just happens sometimes.
Well, you know.
So so we are. We do not have a next episode. Can we get rid of that? Because
yes,
it's not there.
Our next show isn't until October.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what happened there.
Sorry, guys. You're going to have to wait until October 6th in order to see us again because we need a little downtime with all that we're going through.
Unless you have the DeLorean, then you can go back to September 14th. But
right, yeah.
But
So started at the wound clinic.
Yeah. How's that going?
That's going really well. Just had my first appointment. They've set me up for a bunch of different tests just to make sure that, well, one of the biggest things that they wanted to check was they wanted to make sure that the x-rays, that there was no infection in the bone still. So they took x-rays, and then Thursday morning I have what's called an ABI, which they're going to be checking the blood flow in my limbs to make sure that I have adequate blood flow to help with the healing. Although when you do my dressing changes anymore, there's bright red blood. So I'm going to say
it's healing.
It's
healed.
It's healed. Yes, we are manifesting that it is healed. It is healed. It is healed.
Yeah.
It's not healing. It is healed.
Yeah. But speaking of that, guys, let's go ahead and put a prayer out for Becky to continue with that.
Yes.
To continue being healed. And for all the good news and getting to those doctor's appointments and everything. And then I think we have a couple other prayer requests.
Yes, our fan Cindy, she's still dealing with her issues, and she's not been quite cleared yet from the doctor.
Okay.
So she needs continued prayers for that.
All right.
And Aunt Dee is still
healing.
Still healing, yes. She's doing great. She was able to finally get to drive by herself and stuff. So she's on the bandwagon to freedom once again.
Good.
And then our friend Dawn needs some prayers that we're going to go with unspoken because God knows what those prayers are. So
okay, well, we'll put those out there for sure.
Yes.
And we just hope that everybody who is needing it gets those prayer requests. We can all put together and pull together and do those prayers.
And if you need to send in a prayer request to the group, just go ahead and send it either to our street team as a private message or to the Survivor Girl page, and we'll be happy to share and post those as they come in.
Yes. So thank you guys for going ahead and putting those out there and for helping us with that. We appreciate it. And like she said, you can always send them over to our messenger on Survivor Girl Podcast, and we will put that out there for everybody.
Yes.
So, and also we have a couple other things that are going on that are pretty exciting.
Yes. Big things happening on the 19th of September at 6 o'clock at the Brentwood. We have
20th.
Yes.
20th? Friday the 20th.
Friday the 20th.
Yep.
Okay.
Mitch's.
So my addition is wrong, but okay.
That's okay.
So on Friday the 20th at 6 p.m., doors open for Mitch Gill's Get a Room Comedy Club. And we have our good friends from Highly Offensive Hoodies that are going to be vending at that
they
show.
Are going to be.
And if nobody has gone to one of Mitch's shows, you have to, because it is a great time. it's fun, and if you leave without laughing, you don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good laugh therapy.
It
He's got
is.
several different comedians
Yes.
that are come from all over Michigan and out of
Yes.
state even.
Yes.
Every time that we've gone, we've had a great time.
Yes, we have.
But you guys have to know that it does sell out pretty quick.
It
so
does.
you have got to get there. You can get tickets early at Brentwood or contact Mitch Gill himself.
Yes, yes, and
So-
it is, unfortunately, it is 21 and up because
It
of
is.
language
Yeah.
and alcohol being served.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so but it is a great show. So
It
you guys
is.
should come and join us. We will
It
be
is.
there. So
It
come
is.
hang out with us. If we got room at the table, we'll let you sit at the table with
yeah,
us. You know?
we'll let you sit at the cool kids
Yeah.
table.
And Roxanne and Cindy are also going to be on Don't Make This Weird podcast the night
Oh,
before.
yeah,
so
that's
we get to see them
right. So-
Thursday.
Okay, so they're
So-
going to be on the 19th. See, I knew something was
Yes,
happening
you
the
knew,
19th.
you knew.
I knew.
And then,
those-
oh, go ahead.
And those hoodies that they have are just
Oh my gosh, you
they're
guys.
hilarious.
Yes, and they're working on highly inspirational teas.
Yes, they
also,
are. So
Which
can't wait
Becky said, hey, you guys should do highly inspirational teas. And they thought, well, that's a great idea.
Yeah, especially that's
So-
something that we can promote here on the show because the
sure.
offensive teas,
We can
while
still
hilarious,
promote.
I mean, we can promote them, but they're not really congruent to what
right,
we're doing here.
sure.
So,
For sure.
um,
So on the 21st, though,
Yes.
Saturday the 21st, the Relay for Life will be happening at the Caro High School track. That will be starting earlier in the day. They have the memorial service, the candlelight visual. I think they still do.
yes.
There's different acts that are going to be performing throughout the day, and at 7:00, my band goes on.
Your
the band
band.
that I'm in.
I was going to say, does that band have a name yet?
It does. It's the Burnside Band.
Burnside Band.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So,
I like that.
we are going to be going on at 7:00, and then after us are the Fire Charmers, and they are awesome. So they're going to
Fire
end out.
Charmers?
Yeah, they're cool, very cool. And I can never pronounce their name, so I apologize. But they are going to be there, and they are awesome. They have been out at the Mid Michigan Renaissance Festival, and I think Candy might know it. Do you know how to say their name? Fire.
No idea.
Okay, but they've been out at the Renaissance Festival, and they're really cool. They have really cool performance, so we're looking forward to that. Oh, we got some stuff happen in chat.
Ooh.
So we can go ahead and go to that really
Yeah, I
quick.
was going to say, go ahead and go to the chat really quick because I'm doing something.
Gonna get the link
here.
out there for everybody.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
still working on the link for the page. I did.
Speaking of this guys, this
I-
is why
I
we
made
need
sure the first thing I did was I posted in 6 degrees too.
awesome.
So
Awesome.
that link is live, but
very cool.
I kind of neglected the street team and our page and Don't Make This
That's all
Weird
right.
and all
It
the other
happens.
pages. So I'm
She's
working
getting to
on
it.
it. Yeah.
But while she's doing that, I also want to remind that we do have a job posting. It is an unpaid internship.
Yes.
Volunteer, if you will. We are looking for 2 assistants to help Becky and I because we are starting to get extremely busy. Not just doing the 9 to 5 thing, but doing the
Right.
podcast and everything else that we're
Yes.
doing. So we could definitely use somebody to help us with scheduling and helping get our guest,
Getting
on
scheduling
scheduled.
and making sure that the guests are confirmed and helping with the setup around the studio.
Some graphic stuff because Becky
Maybe
has been
some
hauling
graphic
those
stuff,
out.
yes. And
Um,
if anybody can do cat eye liner,
Oh,
yeah,
cat
that's a
liner?
plus.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Some,
because
glitter in the
I
face.
would love to rock the cat eye,
Yeah.
but when it comes to doing that sort of stuff
don't
on
either.
myself,
Mm-mm.
it looks like a toddler did it, and I'm not even lying.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I took like a Crayola and was just like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Now let's get the
Yeah.
Sharpie for the other side.
I was gonna say, and thanks to my Ipsy, I now have some liquid waterproof eyeliner.
I need some of that stuff.
So
The emotions,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But, but yeah, so we are still looking for assistant unpaid interns because we don't get paid either. Actually,
Right,
we do this.
exactly.
We volunteer our time, and we are looking to moving up with everything. So it would be really cool to get 2 assistants and that could help us out with that and to
Yes.
help with the social media stuff as well. That would
Yes.
be very cool.
Yes.
So thank you everybody who has been putting applications in because we have had some. So that's cool.
Yes, we have.
So we are
and
going to
and we
continue.
will get to those applications and start scheduling interviews as soon as we can.
Oh, and I do want to tell Crystal LaFay and
Yes.
Jim No, congratulations
Yes.
on their vow renewal. I was there yesterday
Yes.
for that. That was very cool.
Yes.
Very awesome ceremony. They did everything that they wanted. It was their style completely. They definitely do, march to the beat of their own drum. They do what they want, and they don't, let anybody else influence. And I absolutely love that about Crystal and about Jim. And it was a lot of fun. We took some
Yeah.
pictures. I kind of
Yeah,
gave a
I
little
was gonna
sneak
say I
peek.
got to see a sneak peek of what you've been working
Yeah.
on, and oh my goodness,
Lots of
Heather,
fun. Thank you.
you have a great eye.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really enjoy taking pictures and doing the editing and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
I was gonna say the pictures are not. It's not just the pictures; it's the backgrounds that you're putting with the pictures, so
Yeah.
it looks like it's taking place during a Midsummer Night's Dream or Alice in Wonderland, which was the theme, which
of
is
her
just
wedding.
it just blows my mind.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So I just want to give them a big shout out and a congratulations because it was a very beautiful ceremony.
Yes.
And her vows, she got emotional during it.
Oh,
And
of
she was
course.
talking about how through her sickness that he's been there, and
Mhm.
and that's when she started to get teary, and I did too. I'm not gonna lie, because in any kind of relationship and any marriage or whatever, there's those things that happen. And on the other hand, like, the stuff that's been going on with me,
Yeah.
I feel bad. I'm always like, oh,
Yeah.
you're always taking care of me, but that's what it is in a partnership and, in a
Mhm.
relationship and love. So,
Well, I was going to say I'm getting frustrated with everybody taking care of me because of my foot, but
Yeah.
that's why I have a tribe.
right.
So
It's hard to realize that though, isn't it?
it is very hard to
Yeah.
realize it, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make the foot hurting any less,
Right.
suck any less.
Right.
But I am blessed beyond belief to have the tribe that I have. And I'm getting the eyes over here from Tony. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we've had this discussion
Oh, yeah.
every day.
And what does he say? Are you getting it yet?
Yeah.
Is that what he says?
Oh yeah.
You getting it yet?
Yeah. Yep.
So-
I was gonna say, and he's relating me to when he was taking care
Yeah.
of you and the tribe was taking care of you, and he's like, "Do you get it
yeah.
yet? Do you get it?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Yes, I get
yeah.
it, but it doesn't suck any less.
It doesn't, but
It still sucks, but
it's comforting to know.
at least I am grateful and blessed to have the tribe that I have. So,
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it
Are-
over to chat here really quick because
Okay.
we do have Tony saying sounds great, ladies. Thank
Yeah.
you, Tony. And he says, "Hey, Candy, great seeing you on the show. Big hugs." Christina Mitchell says, "Hi, ladies. Love y'all." Thank you, Christina Mitchell. She has been listening since the very beginning, and we
Yes.
absolutely love her.
yes, she's also one of our number one.
She is. She is. We love her very much.
Yes.
And Adam says, "Coming in great." So cool.
All
We are
right.
doing really good here.
Adam's joining us tonight too.
Yeah,
Wow.
he is.
Cool.
He gave me a cute little message before the show.
Aw, Sweet.
So I think we've covered everything. Swashbucklers Bash, we're going to be sponsoring that October 5th. That'll be outside of Caro. That the links have been posted on all of our Facebook pages because we have a lot.
Yes.
And we would like to see everybody come and join us. Tickets are only $10.
Yes.
Per couple, it's $15, which is
Yes.
not bad.
Not bad at all.
Lots of bands going to be happening. Vendors, we're going to have a
Yes.
vendor space there for
Yes.
all of the stuff that we're doing.
Yes, for
So
Strange
that'll be
Friends
cool.
Media.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like lots of bands, and there's going to be a food truck there, like
Yeah.
Mexican food. Who doesn't love that?
I do too.
So,
Yeah.
but okay. So I think we
Sasha says-
covered everything.
Sasha says hello.
Hey, Sasha. She is joining in here.
Yes, Sasha's joining in. There was that one shout out that you wanted to give.
The one shout out that I wanted to give. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's been a long
You
weekend.
need
It
to pay
has.
for airplanes.
Yeah,
I do.
Sasha.
I
Well,
do.
Usually we're sending messages
I
back
can't
and
read
forth.
lips. First
Right.
off, foremost, everybody, I cannot read lips, so don't ever
No.
try it with me because
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
She does not do good in a game of charades either.
I don't. I'm not good at it. But I want to give a shout out to Dawn with Rarity Nails. What is
Yes.
her link called?
Nails with Dawn.
Nails with Dawn.
Nails
That's simple.
with Dawn. Yes.
All right. She has been selling these amazing Rarity Nails. You get
Yes.
two manicures out of each one, and they're only $5.
Yes.
And they last a long time if you don't pick them.
14 days if you don't pick them. I did last week have nails, as you can see this week. No nails, but I had a high pain day. So when I have a high pain day, I pick.
Yeah.
And so I have no nails now.
There's
But
no nail, but they were really pretty.
they were really pretty.
gonna say
Yes.
that.
And I do have another set that I can do.
See, there you go.
So
Just don't
hopefully-
touch them.
Right. Exactly. Don't
But
touch that. Don't
she's
pick.
doing amazing. She put a video out there showing us how to apply those, and I
Yes.
think she did such a
Yes.
great job.
She did.
And if you guys are interested, $5 for 2 manicures is amazing.
And there's
Easy.
wasn't there something about if you bought a certain amount, you got one set free?
Oh, okay.
So is that 4 or is that 8? 8
Eight.
sets. You buy 8 sets,
Nice.
you get 1 set free.
And they also
So-
were advertising for PCOS awareness.
Yes.
There are some
Yep.
colors that you were able to purchase for that,
Yep.
which I think is cool because we're going to get to that on one of our episodes. We haven't
Yes.
decided when exactly, but I have come to find out that more and more
More
people
people
have PCOS, and when they were diagnosed,
they
did
weren't
not
giving any
know.
information.
Not really told
Yeah, exactly.
what's going on there. So we are going to continue to figure out when we're going to do that episode. This is in September is PCOS Awareness
Yes.
Month. So
Yes, it is.
so yeah, go check those out. We have, I believe we have the link, or we're going to put the link back up onto Survivor Girl so you guys can go purchase some of these nail strips from Dawn because
doing
they're
it
very
right
cool.
now.
Yeah, there
Yes.
she goes.
Yep. See, I'm
She's a
on
good
top of it.
secretary.
She's amazing.
That's why they call me Pepper Potts.
She gets all of the crisp high fives, guys.
Yes, I get all of the crisp high fives.
So we are going to go ahead and get into, because we've talked about everything else that we've got going on.
Yes.
We've got so much crazy stuff.
Yes.
And we talk about the stuff that we're sponsoring, and also if you're interested in us talking about what you are doing, your business or whatever on the show, just give us a shout out, and we can work something out
Yes.
for a small fee. So we can keep doing what we're doing.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
and usually the small fee is something like crisp high fives.
Oh no, that's
or-
for people that are working for us.
Oh,
This
okay.
this is totally
Oh, I
different.
thought it was food donations.
Oh,
Food donation.
Okay,
Ooh,
I mean we could do
well,
that.
We
Okay.
can work stuff out.
But we're gonna go ahead and get Candy on the mic because we are so
are
excited.
we finally gonna put the sweet candy on the
We
mic?
are.
I
we
mean,
are.
she's been on the mic, but she hasn't really said much.
Well, we're gonna
but
put her
hi.
up so
Yeah,
everybody
we're
can
gonna put her
see
picture
her.
up.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Candy. There she is.
There she
Wave to
is.
the public, Candy. Say
Right.
hi.
Hi, everybody.
We're so glad to have you here. You have inspired Becky and myself
Yes,
both,
yes.
and many other people. You have an incredible page that you're going to talk about, and I
Yes.
just think that what you're doing is very cool, and it's not just women; it's men too. I mean, it's
Yes.
a bunch
Indeed.
of different people from different walks of life that are on your page.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and turn that over to you so you can tell us a little bit about what you're doing, and then we're going to get into your story.
Yes.
Okay. 6 Degrees Truth Serum. It started off with a post on my Facebook. I don't normally post a lot of really personal stuff about me because it's rather private. But there was one day I needed to put something out there, so I just simply said, "Here's my truth," and I just rambled on. I don't even know what it was about at this point, and I had a bunch of people just respond. It was amazing. It just everybody's like, "Well, here's my truth, and here's my truth," and I just
Yes.
like, huh. So I went away for 4th of July weekend.
Huh?
Well, just for one day, went down to the party at the man cave,
Yep.
and
Yes.
it changed things a little bit. So I said, you know
Got
what,
Tony's
I'm going to
fingers
start a
there.
page. Quit molesting my camera, please.
We do this on the fly.
Yeah, we do things on the fly sometimes. So.
But
all
yeah, so I started the page, and it first started off with a name. I was like Truth Serum, and then I was like, well, there's a shit ton of Truth Serums out there. So, and mostly everybody's come to the group as somebody you've known. So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
6 degrees is separation. So 6 degrees Truth
something
Serum.
I like
like
it.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon
Yes.
along that same
Yeah,
lines. Okay.
Exactly. So
get it?
I like it.
And I just wanted to create a place, and it was kind of selfish when I first started off because I've been emotional wreck lately, and so I just like, hey, this place I can go on and just tell my truths, and it's just caught on, and just more people and men and women, and
They all
It's-
share.
yeah,
Yes.
it's just amazing. And there's still some people on there that are quiet, don't comment, but they'll
Yeah.
like and they'll just read and stuff. And I know in time that
I was going to say,
They'll
I'm
wanna
sure that
share.
they're gathering their bravery
Mhm.
until they're
Exactly.
ready to share.
Oh yeah, I had one recently. I went to school with her. We were best friends in school, and she's like, I'm joining, and she goes, I've got a lot of stuff I want to say. I'm just not there yet. And I'm like, honey, you're fine. This is a safe place. There's no
Yes.
judging. I have never seen one bad word come across there. And
No.
it's amazing when you refer to people as beautiful, gorgeous, smart, intelligent. Kindness is just what everybody needs and love. And, everybody's a survivor of something, whether it be
Yes.
a disease or a death or a breakup or abuse or, substance abuse, anything. Everybody has a story they're surviving.
Yep.
And
I
so
agree.
it's just everybody comes on there. Everybody is so sympathetic and so welcoming and loving. And it's just, I come home from work and we've had a lot of stuff going on at work. And I come home and just read the love that's been going on the page. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, you just made my day.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing.
It's super uplifting to see
Yes.
that and to just see the raw truths of everybody. And then you see people that don't even know each other coming together to say, yeah, I know that. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there. I've felt that.
one of the other members, I knew of her, but man, I could swear that she is a sister that is like a long lost sister that I've never met in my life.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing the different things and being like, wow, this is so relatable.
Yes.
And here's one awesome thing that came out of it. Mel, if you're listening, I don't know her.
Yeah.
She was invited in through a friend, and I was just talking about stuff, and I was talking about Allison graduating, my middle daughter, and that she just didn't know, hasn't have found her place in the world yet. And Mal's like, you know what? She should read the Warrior Goddess series and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'll let her know. She goes, you know what? Better yet, I'm going to gift her a graduation gift of the book. So she just went on
wow.
Amazon, ordered it up, and sent it out to Allison.
How
Doesn't even know
cool.
me. Don't
Yeah.
even know my daughter.
Wow.
It's just
Wow.
amazing the love that people have out there.
Oh yeah, and you always see like on Facebook and stuff that I lost my faith in humanity today,
Yeah.
and you see that a lot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But with stuff like this, with what you're doing, you see it's like, okay, I have
Yeah.
my faith in humanity
Yeah,
again, and I've not
exactly.
really felt that way that I've lost it for everybody. But I mean, it's really cool though
Some
to
days
see
are
this.
definitely harder
I mean,
than
yeah,
others.
it can be.
Yeah.
It can be.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not. We're all human. We're not perfect, and meshing with each other and trying to, figure everything out. And
Yeah.
doesn't always work with. We don't always get along, but
True.
there you do. Like like you
Yeah.
said, I've not
Most
seen
definitely.
a single bad word.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all uplifting.
I
And
don't even have to
supportive.
give out warnings or nothing. It's
Yeah.
just, it's so loving. And the thing is, there's so much hate and bullshit on Facebook.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
sometimes I don't
yes.
even want to be on there because I just like to call it hate book.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
it's the spewing of hate. It's like, we all need to feel loved and safe and
Yeah.
secure. And this is a room for it. And you know what?
Yeah.
People are not going to get better in their situation. They're not going to get brave and leave an asshole. They're not going to get through their healing process of cancer or whatever
Yeah.
because they don't have a group of people that they can talk to.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
they can come. And my biggest thing is, promoting to say those things that you're afraid to say about yourself,
Yeah.
admit about yourself.
I was going
And-
to say one of the first things I did was invite a cousin of mine who's been having a really hard time with the loss of her mom.
Mhm.
The people who she's had a lot of toxic people in her life coming out of the woodwork lately. So one of the things I did was I went ahead and invited her to 6 Degrees Truth Serum. And no, she hasn't really shared anything
Mhm.
on there, but all of the posts about grief and she's liked. And she just loves the fact that, hey, we're all going in there and we're sending uplifting memes to each other and stuff. And she's just like, thank you so much for thinking of me and sending me to that page, because the people who are surrounded in my life right now, they're really just being toxic. And I needed something to uplift and empower myself, because
Right.
I can't. I mean, she's got aunts who are going through her mom's things
Oh wow.
and taking what they want right now, and she just doesn't need that.
No. I've learned that death and divorce brings out the worst in people.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah,
It
it's
shows the
just
It really
greed.
terrible.
does.
The
It
greed,
does.
the greed just comes out. You see that green from people, and
Exactly.
and it's sad because we can't take the stuff with us when we go,
Mm-mm.
and
Yeah.
for having other people just be that petty and picky about, or trying to get people's things, it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Tony says, "Love 6 Degrees Truth Serum, awesome page."
Thank you,
Yes.
Tony.
So we love it too.
Yes, we do.
We've been thankful to be
I
a
was-
part of it.
We started in October. When you started in July, we're like, ooh, what's this? And Christina just agreed with Tony. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, Christina.
yeah, I was gonna say Christina. I think is both of our #1 fans.
Yeah.
So,
I love that
yeah.
girl to pieces.
She's great. She's
Yes.
great. We got to work with her at Run Fest, be by her, and it was awesome because she's got this really bright smile. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it out there. You have a great smile, and great personality. She's and great hugs. I love your hugs.
Mhm.
Just gonna say it.
And see, I don't know her that well yet,
But when you
but
do,
when I
get a
do,
hug.
oh yes.
But
Yes.
let me tell you about
Well,
her.
I mean, she even on her own page, she's posting things
Yeah.
that just uplift and
Mhm.
empower and stuff. And I'm
Very
just
much.
like, we need more Christinas.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
in
we
the
do.
world,
We do.
and less toxic
Yeah.
other people.
I met her husband last year at Ren Fair, and
Uh-huh.
then they got married, and I met her this year, and it was
Uh-huh.
like instant bonds. Like,
Yeah.
you're my sister.
Yes,
She's
yeah,
just amazing.
yeah. It's awesome when it's cool when you meet people like that.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
and I've continually started collecting sisters. A lot of people, sister. Hope called me sister the other day. Little
Yeah.
Hope. I'm like,
Yeah.
she called me a sister.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool. You know, but just to be on this really cool journey, you know, going in the same direction, I think, you know,
Yes.
of uplifting and empowering people. And I know Survivor Girl could be very misconstrued with the name, but it's not.
Yes.
It's for men and for women. And,
Yes.
you know, and
Most definitely.
yeah. So, I mean, we're both kind of on that journey and it feels great.
Yes.
It does because
all
it's
kinda
like
on that
I've come
journey.
to
Yes.
a crossroads in my life. It's like, you know what? I'm 45, almost 46, and it's like I'm getting too old for this bullshit.
Right?
I need to
Right.
find my people that are going to be around me and support me and help me grow and not hold me back and not just the extra crap, and that will help me on my journey because
Yeah.
I can be a hot mess.
I think we all can.
But I want to say one of the best stories that it's come out of 6 Degrees is I have a gentleman friend too. We actually kind of dated for a little while, but it just didn't work out. But we're always going to be good friends. We've known each other for like 20 years. And he has actually started posting and commenting and stuff. And just, I've seen a change in him.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible.
So it's been amazing.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
So we have a couple more things in chat. Tony
Oh.
says Christina gives the best hugs.
See, I knew it.
And then Christina comes back with "I love you" because she
Yeah.
meant tears. So
Aw.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe she feels
so-
like she's been at work for years.
that could be.
I'm sure
That could
everybody
be.
feels that way on a Sunday.
Well, we're glad that you were able to listen while you were
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Oh, sorry that you're crying, but we love
Yeah.
you.
I'd give you a tissue, but that's a little long ways.
Yes.
We're sending you virtual tissues
Yes. And big hugs.
and big hugs.
So, but that's cool to see the difference, and the change in him, and to
Mhm.
see
Yes.
just to seeing everybody collectively. As it starts to grow, more and more people are being, you know, brought into and invited to 6 Degrees, and to just see the inner workings of everything, and to see
Mhm.
everybody, you know,
Yeah.
some people that are able to jump out and share their stories or go with it, and then you get, like you said, you've got the people that are commenting or liking just stuff, and when they go to share their story, there's going to be that support there for them
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, when I try to acknowledge people's birthdays and anniversaries, or if I
Yes.
know they've had a death in the family or stuff like that, because, you know, you don't like to advertise that stuff.
Right.
Right.
You really don't.
No.
So.
I was gonna say, and yeah, nobody wants to get older.
Well, when you look as good as us.
Well, true. Well, I'm not
You-
getting
you
older.
got
I'm
that
leveling
right, girl.
up. I'm leveling up. So I'm not getting older. I'm leveling up.
Did
So.
Christina Beecher share that? I'm just like,
Yeah.
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 Oh, my goat.
Oh my God.
That's all I gotta say. Oh, my goat.
Yeah. I was gonna say it was either
Level up.
Christina Beecher or Christina Mitchell. One
Probably
of the two.
both.
Probably
We
both.
love
yeah.
our Christina.
We
so
love our
both of
Christina,
you
so.
probably shared it.
Yeah, and she says it was supposed to be tears. Damn, autocorrect
It
gets us
happens.
every time, Christina.
Well, it's funny.
It
My kids
happens.
will keep telling everybody I'm 29. After a while, it's like, you guys, you gotta up it a little bit. So it's believable because, you know, I do
Nah,
have
nah,
a daughter
nah.
that's married, and I could be a grandma anytime, you know. So.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah,
No.
we're not gonna say that.
We're gonna deny it.
Yeah.
I did want to bring up one thing that we had talked about with the Survivor Girl page and our page. A lot of people have been invited to those pages, and you
Yes.
can read the content, but you really can't fully participate. And to make sure you go and
Accept the
accept the
invitation.
invitation,
Yes.
because we
Yes.
tried to get to 200 by the end of tonight's podcast. We got
Yep.
I don't know what we're up to now. We were like
Well,
177, I think, last time I looked.
Yeah, we were 177 last we looked, but we can check it out for you here. Just give me
So
2
those that are
seconds.
Thank you,
listening,
Pepper.
Yes.
You're
yes,
awesome.
isn't she? Those that are listening, we do see that the invitation was sent. We're
Yes.
not gonna start calling you out, but
Yeah, no.
go ahead and like that. Accept your invitation so that we can share all of the content with you,
Yes.
and that you can be involved more with everything else that's
I was
going on
going to
in
say,
these pages.
obviously, you were invited because somebody thought that you might gain something
Exactly.
or have something to
Oh,
contribute
yeah. Like
to
strong
the
people.
website. Yes, we need some strong, healthy women and men
Mhm.
who have a healthy outlook on life.
Mhm.
There is one
And-
person I will call out. Jeremy, you suck.
Oh, Jeremy, you have not liked it. Are you in chat yet, man? Because
I was going to say, I haven't seen Jeremy in chat, so.
nope, not yet. He'll be late.
No.
He usually shows up.
Yeah, we're still at just 177. So come
Okay,
on,
well,
people.
yeah.
Hit
But
those,
you know, I'm
hit
still
those
I'm still very
invitations.
proud considering
Yeah, it
July
was-
5th is when I started.
That's
so, I mean,
incredible.
you
Yes.
can't complain.
Yes.
I'm gonna be the silent clapper here, the only one. Right.
I was going to say, and every time I go to the page, I sit there going, okay, I'm going to invite this person and this person and this person. And
I go in and do remind.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
You can only do it like once per person, but I remind people.
You have to start reminding people.
And I'm just
Now
sitting
that I
there
know we
going,
can.
okay, I've liked your guys' crap. Now, like my
Now-
shit.
Show your support and love.
Show your support and love. Yes.
us. Love us. We'd like to do more stuff with 6 Degrees.
Yes.
We love having Candy around. She comes and hangs out here in the studio,
Mhm.
and it's fun. It's great to have you here, and I really like to see more combinations of Survivor Girl and
Oh,
Truth
most definitely.
6 Degrees. Because I
Yeah.
really want to put it out there that Survivor Girl is not just for ladies.
No.
I feel like
No.
there's that thought there.
well, Survivor
Push.
Girl.
remind.
Yes.
Oh yeah, a good.
Yeah,
it's a
because
good
you've
point.
had men guests. So
Yeah, we have.
telling
We
their
have.
stories.
And we are
we've-
still looking for more men to
Yes.
share their
Oh,
stories.
Nate's
with.
coming on next, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what we
shake-
say. We're saying Nate's
shaking
going to
his
come
head.
on, but he says no.
He's our sound
Well, he
engineer.
survived you all, so that's a
has.
survivor
True.
story in itself.
Very true.
That is true. Very
and
true.
I know he really would have something to contribute to the chat, but you
Yeah.
know,
he would.
We love you, Nate.
we do love you, Nate. And he's just giving us the
I don't love you back.
I'm throwing my phone over here. Thanks, Dawn.
At least it's
picking
not
it up.
at me. So
No, I don't try. I don't throw stuff like somebody across the room.
Kleenex
Everybody
box.
is safe because Adam is not here to get that cell phone upside the head. Just saying.
He was proud though for a minute. He
He's
was just
still
like,
proud of that.
"You cracked your screen.
Yes, he
I'll
did.
show you.
He didn't crack the screen.
Yeah.
He cracked the screen protector. And thank God I have a warranty on
Yeah.
that. That's a lifetime. So anytime it gets cracked, all I have to do is say, okay, I need another one. And
So do you hear that, Adam? Your head's not safe.
yeah.
It can happen again.
Well, with the case that I have it in, it's not very protected. And when I
Oh,
had the
I
Otter
gotcha.
box, it was more protected.
yeah.
I don't have the Otter box anymore because, well, I threw it too many times at Adam and it broke.
Oh, jeez.
He never
So-
learns, does he?
No. No, he does not. He does not, but he's got that spirit.
Although
Yes,
he really does, when the cell phone comes flying at him, he
He
pays
knows now.
attention. He
He
goes,
does.
"Oh, okay, what did I do?
Mm-hmm.
What happened here? So
Why did I get it upside the head this time? Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, or I should have made that noise." So
he's learning. He's working on learning.
he's a work in
He's
progress.
diehard.
He's a work in progress.
But
I think sometimes he tries to goad me into sending it across
Well,
the
that's
room.
what brothers and sisters do.
True.
That is a
Yeah,
very good
very
point.
true.
And his thing is too, though, in which I do have to give him a shout out on this, is when he knows that somebody is not feeling good or not doing good. Like he's very concerned, and he
Yes.
really does want
He
to make
tries
you
to
feel
fix
better.
it.
Mhm.
And he
And-
does.
and-
It's
yeah.
not always the right way, but he does try to help and fix it, and he's there. He's very good at
Yes.
being there for people. So, giving you a shout out, babe. Love you.
We love you,
We
babe.
all love
Yeah,
you.
we love you, babe.
See, everybody loves you. So, but I know you have more to your story.
Yes, I do.
And
And she's been trying to avoid it.
Yeah, Christina, guest from last week. I was all hyped. I was so excited I got invited on here. And then I watched Christina's and I'm like, fuck, what did I sign on for?
I'm sure she thought
You
that
know, and
too.
I've done
I'm
dry
sure she
runs
did
with,
too.
Tony, poor Tony, and I just start bawling. I'm like, okay, I don't know. And then today I've just been, oh my God, I don't know. But
You've got this.
I
And like
do.
I
I
said,
do.
you tell us as much or as little as you feel comfortable, and
Okay. Well,
yeah,
my
we go from
survivor
there.
story, we have to start a long time ago. No, it's been accumulation over years.
Okay.
I have abandonment and rejection issues really bad. I was born to a Navy man and a very devoted wife. And he wasn't so much into the whole family life. So it was more important to plan his keggers or whatever when I'm standing there going, Daddy, Daddy. So,
Mhm.
yeah, and he was just, he had an addiction and it was of a sexual nature. So, yeah. But I thought about how I wanted to go about telling the story in chronological order and things like that. But I figured if I tell sections about it or the people that were in it, it would be easier to follow along. But
It's your story. You've
yeah.
got the controls. However you
So
want to go.
he relinquished his rights to me. He finally was like sent my mom away for the last time because she would have never left him. She loved the man dearly, but yeah, he was up to shenanigans. She found out 3 days after they got married, and he just didn't want us. So he relinquished his rights, and my dad and him met, or my mom met on a blind date. And the joke is he fell in love with me before he fell in love with mom. And I would get bloody noses really bad, and nobody was allowed to change my shirt till daddy got home.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was very much daddy's girl then. And he adopted me when I asked him. And now, my dad and I, we didn't have the relationship like I would say you and your dad did. I
Right.
wasn't, he was more the aggressive
I was going to
type,
say very
not the
few have
lovey
had.
dovey. Yeah,
Very
right. I
few
mean,
have
it's,
had the relationship I had with my father.
and I
so.
love him dearly, and
Yeah.
he will do anything for anybody. And I tell you what, the grandkids really softened him up. So, but yeah.
As grandkids often do.
Oh, yeah. But Papa, we want some ice cream. Oh, sure. Back when we want ice cream, you better go earn that. Sure, go mow the lawn.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I was abandoned by my biological father, adopted by my dad, and then growing up, I was the four-eyed buck-toothed beaver. Went to a small school, got followed around by bullies and picked on, and never really ever had boyfriends. A few guys, but nothing really. And then I went away to college, and I had gotten contacts and had the braces, and I finally found a tribe where I felt. I mean, I belonged to a group in school, but I finally found a place where it's like I'm being noticed. People like me. We're having a good time. And I was always the hopeless romantic. Always, I was one of those people watching all the romantic movies. That's how life is supposed to be.
Gee,
And
I
someday I'll
know
meet
one
the
of
man of
those.
my dreams and fall in love and get married and have babies who live happily ever after. Yeah, that's not how it works. So, yeah, I met one of my friends had set me up with a guy there. And, well, at that time, I wasn't sexually active. So he dumped me real fast because I wouldn't put out and went back to her because she would. And then
Okay.
another guy I dated, it was like him and one of my best friends decided they were going to have a thing behind my back. So I'm not a great track record going
No.
here. So you'll notice a pattern happening here. So then I went away to the military because I was dealing with a lot of shit in my life and I wanted one away ticket out of Battle Creek, which is the worst reason to join the military, people. Make sure you are dedicated to your country,
Yeah.
which I am dedicated to my country, but that wasn't the reason why I went.
Yeah.
But it was such a culture shock going in the military because I was security police and it was predominantly male program. And you do exercises, and I actually had one guy. We were doing an exercise, and then when an alarm goes off, you have to respond. Highest ranking person decides,
Yeah.
Who gets to do, who gets called the shots. And I didn't go fast enough, according to him. And he turned around, looked at me, he said, "You stupid bitch." So off went the Kevlar helmet, off went the vest, knocked on the window, said, I'm done. So, yeah. Military is not a very good place for women.
No.
A lot of times they get the slack because even though it's
Oh, yeah.
proven fact that women can handle situations
Mm-hmm.
better than men,
Mm-hmm.
but because we can't run as fast as them or lift as much as they can. But I tell you what, I paced myself off those fuckers when I was
Oh,
at
yeah.
basics. So
I was going to say, and our predominant strength is in a different area than them.
Mhm.
So,
Exactly. But prior to that, when I was at tech school, I had met a guy there that was really weird. He was talking about Jason Newsted from Metallica, and I'm like, here I'm in San Antonio and here overhearing this, and it's like this guy from home, and it was like a whirlwind love affair. 2 weeks, I was totally in love with him. Man. He was my first love of my life, and he after 2 weeks, I had to go to another training and stuff, but and then we went home for Thanksgiving on break, and things were still great. We were making plans, although I was going to be stationed in Montana and he was going to be in California. But a long story short, with him, he was the type of person that would dangle. I love you, but it's just the hope thing.
Yeah.
And he would be so upset if I was moving on in my life, but then he would never say, "I want you with me."
right.
And he went away and yeah, he would just play these games. And then when I was in Montana, now mind you, I had seen people, but things weren't working out, and which really fucks with you if you got abandonment and rejection issues. It really does. And
Extremely.
I was raised to not put up with bullshit, not accept less than what I deserved.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when you're put in a place like in the military where you're away from your family and all that kind of stuff, and you keep getting treated like this.
Mm-hmm.
How much you put up with,
What you accept. Yeah.
and with the guy that I was in love with was treating me like garbage. So it's like, okay. So I met a guy who he his roommate was a compulsive liar, and he was just a bipolar asshole. So it was a great combination to get sucked into. And he was mean, and I don't even know why I put up with him, but he was very controlling. And for some dumb reason, I was with him. And when you're in the military, if you marry other military personnel, you get extra money. So that's another great reason to get married. So yeah, but things got worse, real bad. And he was a controlling asshole. I wasn't allowed to be on the internet. If he called and I didn't answer the phone, what are you doing? The only friends I could have were the friends we have together.
Right.
And that was basically his friends because I lost all my friends that I had. So, yeah, his big thing was the controlling, and he was also into public humiliation. So, the whole groping in public, it's one thing if you want to pat your girl on the ass, but you grabbing her cooch and her tit in front of everybody, it's just not right.
Right.
And the worst thing that he ever did to me as far as the public humiliation, thought it would be cute to attempt to dump a can of tuna down the front of my pants.
Jeez,
I'm like, what in the fucking hell? But I put up with him, and when we got married, no one knew in my family back home that I went and got married. And so I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she's like, then just leave his ass. And I'm like, you don't understand, Mom. And she's like, it's not that hard. You just go. Mom, you don't
Right.
understand. Well, what don't I understand? We're married. Oh. So I left him. And 1 month later, I was out. Well, I was getting ready for a Halloween party, and we were all going as Grecian goddesses. And I passed out in the bathroom. I'm like, I don't know what's up with that, but we went out. And then I posted out for a couple days later for work. Now, mind you, my crew's all men. And I passed out again. And one of the guys like, sweetie, let's talk. Is it possible you're pregnant? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Because I had been on birth control, but
Right.
actually while we were married, I had switched birth controls.
Mm.
So sure as shit, I went and got a test, and those tests I usually say, wait 10 minutes. 2 seconds later, bam! Hello, you're 3 months pregnant. So,
Wow.
that made my life even more of a hell because it's not his kid because he never managed to knock up anybody. So I must have been fucking one of his friends. And then he would literally stalk me around the base and harass me. Now, mind you, OBGYN is not on base. My bank is not on base. None of this is on base. I left him with a car living in the duplex. Nope, he had to move on base and move into the floor above me in the dorms. And he would follow me around and harass me. He'd hook up with girls that were supposedly my friends and flaunt them in my face. He actually followed me to a grocery store because one of my male friends had taken me to get groceries, and he approached him in the parking lot and said, "What are you doing, my wife? Are you fucking her?" I'm like, "Not your wife." But no, he literally drained our account because we were still married. We were still getting money for food and lodging. He drained our account. I was pregnant and had no money to eat.
Wow.
So I had people giving me money. But by that time, it was so lonely out in Montana because most of my friends had either gotten out of the military or been TDY'd somewhere else or orders somewhere else. And it was like, this is hell. I can't do this. Well, fortunately, they had the pregnancy clause where you could still get out. So I had to get my stuff out of the duplex, which he was being an asshole and worried I was going to destroy his shit. So I literally had to go with my first sergeant. Yeah, throw whatever you want in the back of the truck. Let's go. I had most of the stuff was mine.
Yeah.
But he was just being, it's like. So my mom drove out to Montana, or my mom flew out to Montana and drove with me back, and I came home. But I was like 7 months pregnant, barely looked it, because I just was depressed. I was watching Lifetime television, Hallmark, and crying a lot.
Right.
It was terrible. I was in a very, very, very bad place. I mean, I was even going to group sessions for therapy. My lawyer even took pity on me for the divorce because he was trying to work out a deal with him. It's like, hey, let's agree to this. You come and fill out papers. And he agreed to everything. And all of a sudden he wanted to be an asshole. It's like, never mind. My lawyer's like, I'm not going to charge you any more money. This is bullshit. So I basically got divorced and headed out the next day and went home. So yeah, I got away from that situation. And when she was born, he called and it's like, wow, I want to see her. It's all right if I come see her. And she doesn't have his name, but can I come see her? It's all right if I bring my girlfriend. I'm like, the fuck no.
Wow.
And then his
What a
mom
piece of
called
work.
and it's like, well, this is our grandbaby and blah, blah, blah. And we want to come see her, but my daughter's wedding's going on right now. But we'll come up there. Yeah, never heard from her again.
Wow.
So, yeah, they basically just were never in the picture. And then I had met my second husband. He basically, that's the only dad she's ever known. Just loved her to pieces. And, he was 16 when she was born. So, she was about 2 when we got together. And so he's like 18 going, I don't know if I want an instant family, but he just loved her. And we ended up getting married after a couple years of dating. And things were really good.
Yeah.
Things were really good at first. And we ended up having 2 more kids. They were all spaced 5 years apart. And when things started going wrong, we just spent way too much time on everything else in life. We just didn't spend enough time in ourselves together as a unit. And with me and my issues, it's like the minute you feel like you're not loved or cared about anymore, you just like, I'm done.
Gotta go.
I'm done. And I wouldn't leave him. I wouldn't leave him because it's like, he didn't do anything wrong. It's like, he's got to do something major. It does not right. And he actually finally said, he's having a midlife crisis or something. And he just wanted to spend some time away. And it turned out to be a long, drawn out process because I was thinking, okay, he really was having a midlife crisis. and that we were going to get back together. We're going to fix this, you know. It's like it was just a wake up call, and it got drawn out, and then it was maybe we should just go ahead and get divorced because I don't want to lead you on. And it was always about me. He was done, and which that's cried about it a lot, and I knew it was the right thing, but I just tripped out because there was other circumstances behind the fact that just was like salt in the wound, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and there was times I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back. Even with my first husband, even though how fucked up he was, when you're alone after that situation, you're like, maybe I should just go back. No. So yeah.
The inner voice starts talking to you.
Going
about,
back is not the option.
No. And, in between all these two relationships, it's like you meet people and you're just like, oh, this could be good. And like, oh, no, I've gotten with alcoholics and sex fiends and just, yeah. Oh, and no, we talked about before where a lot of people turned their promiscuity when, they're doing things well. I was a virgin till I went in the military, and it's like, you know what? I got sick of not being. And, I just did a whole lot of that for a lot of wrong reasons.
And sometimes you put that, you put something else in there to try to feel something.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I know that one.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, and we've talked about it before, where you're trying to deal with life and trying to sort things out, and some people turn to cutting, some people turn to drugs, some people turn to sex to feel something. It's all the same thing. It's just a different action to get there. But yeah, I've had bouts with dealing with that too, and then in the back of my head, I'm thinking, God, am I turning out like my biological father? But then I'm like, no, I'm not, because I'm not screwing everything.
Right.
So I mean. I was just doing it for all the wrong reasons, and you just keep ending up with bad situations. People that say they're one thing and turn out to be another.
Yeah. I think the hardest part about that is realizing that that's on them, not on us. The things that we do, yes, of course, we have to own up for that. But when other people treat you that way, that's them. That's a reflection of who they are.
Right.
And the whole thing with the gentleman that I fell in love with, this whole time, through all these things, it was always dangling hope someday and whatever. But so then after me and the kid's dad got divorced, it was really, really hard. We co-parented very well. So that was good, but some of the other issues that some of the things that went on, I had a really hard time getting over it because, he had a new woman in his life, and she was kind of in the picture the whole time. She was a really good friend, but she was in the picture the whole time, and he'd go confide in her when we were having problems in the end. And it was like, and then they ended up getting together after everything was said and done. And, it was just really hard because she was always, she had been in this, in the picture for the longest time. And I had a really hard time dealing with that because he would do things with her he wouldn't do with me, because that was stupid. That was lame. And it's like, that's like the worst thing you can do to someone you're with is diss their likes. You don't have to like coffee. You don't have to like rock music. You don't have to like all these stuff, but be respectful of your partner's likes. And it's like,
you don't want to stop somebody from being who they are just because it's something that you don't share or don't have in common.
Exactly.
You have to support each other, and that is definitely on top of communication. That is another one that is a very valuable lesson to learn in a relationship.
And the one thing I can say is he is a really good dad, and we do have quite a financial shift. I make a lot less money than he does, and he takes care of the kids, and the few times in my life, he's had to take the kids because we have split time, and he would have to take the kids a lot more than I would, because I was in a very bad place because I fucked up again. So yeah, it's hard being a single mom and not making a lot of money, because I was, when the last 5 years of our marriage, I was a stay-home mom.
Yeah.
I was out of the workforce. I wasn't qualified for anything more. So
getting back into the workforce is really difficult. Once
it
you've been
is.
out for
You're in the
an
temp
extended period
system,
of
and you
time.
get paid shit.
Yeah.
and you can't afford to pay $600 for rent. And you know, if you have a car payment and stuff like that, it's hard to
Oh,
get
yeah.
by. And I don't like roommates. I hate roommates. It's hard enough to live with a man.
Right.
So yeah, he does really great things, and you know, I'm glad that he's my kid's dad. And it sucks that it didn't work out, but you know, it is what it is, and you just need to find your true partner in this life. And I just wasn't that person for him, and vice versa. So after him, it was hard because people would try to like set me up, and like, you know, and I would get myself in bad situations, and I would do stupid shit, not just
Was gonna
trying
say,
to feel something
Yeah.
to, you
Yeah.
know, because to me, no one wants two-time loser. You know, it's like that has kids that, you know, it's the ones that wanted me were the ones that live at the bar, or, you know, live in mommy's basement still, or, you know, it's just, but, so then I
I was
went
going
on.
to say we need to get away from that stigma that just because you're on your own doesn't mean you need to be with somebody.
True.
Well, see,
Very
and here's
true.
the hard thing with that one, and that's another thing that I've wrestled with lately because ever since of starting 6 Degrees and listening to you guys and hanging out with the tribe, um, I can take care of myself. I've done it a million
Right.
times. I just like sharing lives with somebody.
Right.
I really do.
Yeah.
And so when people tell me that you're fine, you don't need anybody. Yeah, I do actually, because I like sharing life. Life is meant to be shared, not,
Yeah.
well, you know, I got an award today. Hey, cats, guess what? Mommy got an award today. Yes. But no, it's
Yeah.
nice to have something.
Yeah, it is. It
someone
is.
to
But
share
I'm
life
just
with.
saying
Yes.
that, you know, you don't have to have that boyfriend girlfriend
No,
relationship.
no.
Have a friend. Have
Oh,
a
yeah.
best friend. Have several best friends. Have a sister.
Do you know a group like that?
I might know a group.
I think there might be a group, and I think there's openings.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, what kind of applications do I have to fill out? But,
Sign here, here,
We'll
and
call
here.
okay, your people get my people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm in
but-
charge of the applications, so you know.
Okay. All right, thanks. But yeah, it's just like, and that's one of the epiphanies I've had when I was like, you know what? I'm not going to even be apologetic for that anymore.
Yeah.
That is how I am. I have rejection and abandonment issues. I like having someone in my life. I'm not going to apologize for that.
Right. Exactly.
You know, I am not going to apologize that I want to be surrounded by a tribe of people that support me and love me no matter what. You know, I have given so much of my life to
Yeah.
people. I've always been a giver.
Right.
And chasing. And it's like you get to the point where you're like, I really tapped out, really. I
Yeah.
just don't have much more to give.
Right. Tony
But,
says having a tribe to share something with daily is incredible.
It is.
I was going to say, and I would be up a shit creek without a paddle if I didn't have a tribe right now,
Exactly.
because all of my family lives scattered all over Michigan.
Right.
So I would be in a world of hurt. So I get you with the whole tribe thing.
So the really delicious part of this whole story, not really, but I'm trying to use humor to combat
Right.
me freaking
We
out.
gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So I decided to try doing the dating sites, which I've done before, and they're crap.
Yeah.
Most people on there are just crap.
I was going to say, we know somebody who's done dating sites.
I mean, some
And-
people legitimately, like my
and some
sister met her
legitimately,
husband.
yes.
My
And then
daughter met her
others-
husband, and yeah,
It's just, let's see where your freak flag flies.
exactly. Like they
Yeah.
don't read your profile.
Right.
They don't. I mean, you build stuff in there so you can see if they're actually building,
Yeah.
reading your profile. But it's like, I said I wanted this age bracket. I want someone who likes kids,
Right.
and and that's not married or and oh, by the way, I don't like kids, and So anyway, I had met somebody on there, and I come to find out, he was just like, hey, let's just cut the bullshit. It's like, let's just go out once, because normally I had this rule. I talked to somebody for a month, and if I liked them, I'd go and meet them. And so he's like, let's cut the shit. Let's just go out for a day. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, where? And he's like, oh, this local bar. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, why? I said, I go down there all the time. he goes down there all the time, but on different nights. We knew all the same people. We just never knew each other. So we went down and we got along really well. And it was funny because I'd ask him stupid questions. He had like a big scar on his face. I was like, "So, are you a thug or something?" He's just like, "What the hell?" It's from a car accident, lady. Okay. But no, everything at first was really great. He just seemed to be, "You're my queen, and I'm going to take care of you." And he was aggressive in the fact that he was a smart ass from hell. I mean, bad. And he didn't like certain people, and just like, okay, well, he was good to my kids, after he met them and stuff. So everything was going good, but as things were progressing, he started hating people more, and you get he was big into reading the news and everything going on in the world.
Political
and
stuff.
and our basement was getting full of rations, and he was buying survival shit and just getting a little cuckoo. But he was just starting to hate the world more and like trying to isolate in the house more, and that was starting to become a thing. Well, we had some problems, but anyway, it ended up with what's actually his problem. He ended up being on testosterone shots.
Okay.
And to try to fix the problem. And yeah, he turned into a horny 16-year-old that was very angry. So yeah. So the angry got really bad.
I was going to say, as testosterone has a tendency to do.
Yes. And he became very angry. Everything pissed him off. And now, mind you, we worked opposite shifts. And he tried to move his shift around so we were closer together. But it was basically, he had a life and I had a life, and we had a few days together in the week. And I would volunteer to be on the pit crew for the marching band because my daughter was in the marching band, and I like to go to the competition and support them. So I volunteered to be in the marching band pit crew lead for 3 years. And I was just on the crew for freshman year. But it was my way to bond with my daughter and relive the glory days. But and he just got so pissed off. He's like, "Why are you spending all this time with the band and not your husband? Are you fucking one of them?"
Wow.
This is about my daughter, asshole, not about you.
Wow.
Right.
So I had to deal with that. And then the second year of doing it, and he got really mad. He got really pissed. It's only a few months out of the year. Some Saturdays in a few months of the year.
Right.
So get over your shit.
Yeah.
But no, and it got to the point where I didn't even like going anywhere with him anyway, because he drank every day.
Right.
And he would go out, and you never know when would be the line he crossed, and then he would just get angrier, and then it would be a scene. I mean, at my 40th birthday party, some guy rubbed him the wrong way, shook his hand, wouldn't let him go, and he put his face into the pavement.
Oh my gosh.
Dude was all bloody and shit. I'm like, on my fucking birthday party, really? So, he he got worse and worse, and we got into a fight one night. Now, mind you, we have never fought, ever. And he would never say anything bad about me. He always was respectful to me. And we got in a fight, and he called me everything but white. I was a mooch. I was a lazy ass. I was a fat ass. I was just it wasn't nice. He was just screaming. And I'm just like, I am not dealing with this. And he always would pick the fights when I need to go to bed for work.
Right.
But he was always up till the wee hours of the morning because he was an off shifter. And so he picked a fight, and I just said, I'm going to bed. I'm not dealing with this shit. And he left me alone. And
Thankfully.
yes. And the next day he woke up and didn't acknowledge any of it. He acted like nothing ever happened. No apology, no nothing.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, what in the fuck? So I'm like, all right, there's your one strike. So 2 weeks later, shit started again. I don't even know why it even got started. But he got pissed off about something. And once again, it was calling me everything in the book, punching door jams. Never laid a hand on me, but he was punching door
Thankfully.
jams, headbutting door jams, you know, the works, just being angry and pissed off and calling me everything under the sun. And I was going to leave him, but then he ended up going to the emergency room with AFib.
Okay.
So we're at the hospital, and he's like, I don't even know why you're here. You don't want to be with me, blah, 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 just being an asshole. And I called his brother, and I said, look, I'm going to let you know what's going on. I said, I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't want to be around him. I don't even want to be in the same house with him anymore.
Right.
I said, you need to come deal with your brother because he's talking about suicide and all this bullshit. I'm not. So finally, he was like, okay, you know, he cooled down. He's like, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. Don't leave me. And I looked at him and I said, oh, he's like, if I fuck up again, I will help you pack your stuff and you have every right to leave me. I said, okay. I said, you pull this shit again, I'm done. You don't take care of your health because I told him, you need to stop drinking. You need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing that. Or you're going to fucking kill yourself.
Yeah.
Because his heart rate was out the fucking roof.
Yeah.
His blood pressure was jacked the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
And they flat out told him, you know, you need to take care of yourself. And I flat out said, hey. So 2 weeks later, we had a evening out for all the adults that were participating in the band. Because, you know, we spent all this time with the kids. So it's like, hey, let's, you know, hang out as adults together.
Let's do something as a grown group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, most of the adults that were leading our kids were like 20-ish.
Yeah.
And so, and a lot of people didn't show up. And of course, Jackass insisted he wanted to go. And I'm thinking, God, no, you're going to embarrass me. I just want to go have fun. But I'm like, whatever, you can go.
Right.
So we get there, and it was a bad choice because we're all like in Battle Creek, and they chose something in Kalamazoo. And I'm like, why? Why wouldn't you? It's a school night, people.
Right.
So, but we went to this place, and he had a shit fit because they didn't have cheap beer. And he went and got his pitcher, and he's sitting there, and he started getting pissy about some of the conversations. So he went and sat at another table, and I'm like, what is your problem? He's like, well, I can't deal with their bullshit and just talking shit about their gay, you know, it's just their gay asses and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if you can get a ride back, I'm just going to go to Miller's and, you know, Battle Creek. If you can get a ride back to Miller's, fine, whatever, just go.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, we didn't hang out much longer after that, the group, because it was a school night. And we had a good time down, and we headed back to the bar in Battle Creek, and he was in a good mood, and he was just buying drinks for me and my friend who drove me, and he all of a sudden the switch flipped, and you know how guys play fight together? Yeah, he was not play fighting with his friend, and then his glasses ended up getting broke. They weren't broke, the screw freaking came loose on it, but and then all of a sudden he's like, I'm ready to go. Okay, well, whatever, we'll go home. He gets in the driver's seat. I'm like, no. And we start heading home, and he's slamming his fist down on the dash, scaring the fuck out of me. Like, what the hell is your problem?
Yeah.
Well, I just got these glasses, and now they're fucking broke. Hey, asshole, I already told you it's a screw loose.
Yeah.
I don't carry screwdrivers with me. I'll
Right.
fix it at home.
Yeah.
And he was just carrying on. I'm like, you know, I'm done.
Right.
What do you mean you're done? I told you, I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. So by the time that we got home, which was 10, 15 minutes later, bitch, you pack your shit, you get out of my house, it was terrible. And it's like, how is it your house? Well, I make the payments. Yeah, you physically make the payments.
Yeah.
But we never had a joint account when we were married. It's like, I'll pay these bills, you pay these bills. That things work. Well, since he was physically paying the bills, it's his house. I need to get the fuck out. Whatever. And yes, it was a school night. So guess what? Someone had to pick an even bigger fight. So he just kept screaming and kept screaming. I'm like, just get the fuck out. I want to go to sleep. I have work tomorrow. And he was just literally, I think he broke his hand because he punched door jamb. He hit his head twice on the door jambs. He was trying to get me arrested for abuse, is what he was trying to do. He wouldn't leave me alone. I'm just like, get away from me. I'd push him. I punched him. He wouldn't leave me alone. I slammed the door on his fucking hand multiple times because he wouldn't leave me alone.
Wow.
And finally, I was like, oh, well, good. He's going to leave me alone. So I rolled over in bed and I was like, okay, it's quiet. A few minutes later, I hear the door open, come over. He opened my my side table, closed it, and walked out. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? It took me 2 seconds to realize that he had grabbed my handgun and my ammunition and went downstairs. Like I said, it took 2 seconds to realize that, and I headed down the stairs around the corner, and he was in his man cave. And y'all have seen Heath Ledger's Joker?
Yeah.
He was laying on the floor, acting like him, and fired off a round in my wall.
Wow. Whoa.
I had never been so scared in my fucking life. And he put the gun down back in the case, which I don't even understand what the fuck he was going through his head, but he put it down in his case, and I just walked around him. Meanwhile, he's just running his mouth. I grabbed the gun, took it upstairs. He goes, it's still loaded. I'm like, yeah, you fucking dumbass. I know how to unload a gun. So I took it upstairs and I unloaded it and just sat on my bed and just sat there and just like, what the fuck? And he came up there and he just started and he wanted me to kill him. He's like, if I can't be with you, I don't want to be with anybody. You might as well just shoot me now.
Wow.
And I was just like, I ain't gonna do you any motherfucking favors. And I hope you know that your mommy and daddy are proud of you right now. I'm not going to jail for your sorry ass.
Wow.
And so he finally went downstairs and left me alone. And I literally put the whole gun case under my pillow and I was just like hugging it and was like, just please be fucking over. Just be over. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, I hear the radios from cop cars outside. He had went outside and was sitting out on the side of the road. Someone had called the cops. I don't know what they were calling about for sure, but cops came. And I knocked on the door and I came downstairs and I told them, like, we want to talk to you. I was like, all right. I said, did he, by the way, mention the fact that he fired a weapon in this house? They're like, no. So, well, there's my gun. There's the case. There's the casing and there's the hole. So they took down all this information and he's like, ma'am, do you want to go down to safe place? I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, well, we can take you. And I said, well, when's he getting out? Well, he's going to jail and he's not going to be arraigned until 1 tomorrow. I said, well, I'll just stay home then. I'll be fine. Yeah. I just want to stay in my own bed at night. And I didn't sleep at all. When your adrenaline's pumping like that, you can't sleep.
No.
And I cried so hard. I had never been so scared in my life. And smart person would have been like, run. Don't even get the gun. Don't even go near him. Just run. But I'm like, fuck that asshole. You're not going to treat me like garbage. Yeah. And so I didn't sleep. First thing I did the next morning is grab the guns, grab the ammo, grab my toiletries, grab some clothes. And a girl I had just met not too long before then from the band told me that if you ever need a room, you can come stay with me. Yeah. She didn't make me pay for anything. I would contribute by a few groceries here or there, but she's like, honey, you need to save money so you can provide a home for your kids and save up money. So Danae was just heaven sent during that time. Yeah. But meanwhile, Jake had locked me out of the house. My belongings were in there. My children's belongings were in there, and he locked me out of the house.
Wow.
So I had to get the cops involved, and I got to do legal breaking and entering. So yeah, but I literally got a tribe of people together and packed all my shit in 4 hours and put it in storage.
Wow.
And that was the second worst night of my life
Yeah.
because you're trying to think and not miss anything, and it's just stuff. And I did miss some stuff, and then you get to the end, you're like, well, that is stuff I'm not taking anymore. I'm too tired.
Exactly.
But it's just, I had to deal with a lot of stuff, and he didn't end up, I mean, he ended up paying some fines and shit like that, but
Yeah.
he didn't do any fucking
I was
jail
gonna say,
time and shit.
It could have ended a lot worse.
It could have ended a lot worse.
Yes.
What was really bad is his mom, the bitch that she is, fucking pill popping bitch,
Right.
was on Facebook. It's like, why can't you just work it out for the sake of the children? First of all, they're not his children. Second of all, they're not your
Right.
grandchildren. And you don't even know what's going on. My sister privately messaged her and said, you know what? Your son needs help.
Yeah.
Instead of taking your bullshit out on my sister, get your son some help.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he's left me alone, but I changed my number. I had the same
don't
number
blame
for
you.
years. I went
don't
and
blame you at
changed
all.
my number. Just I didn't want anything to do with him. And then
Yeah.
I'm having to go for court for divorce and stuff. I had to see him, and it just made me absolutely sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
And then the day our divorce was final, I'm like, why the fuck are you even here?
Yeah.
He just wanted to come to make sure that my car that has his name on it as well, that I'm going to make the payment so he won't be held responsible
Wow.
that I fucked up and didn't pay the bill.
I was gonna say.
That's all he wanted, you
Wow.
know, and I haven't talked to him or seen him since. I have no desire to. His family basically took his side, which fine, that's your kid, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't give a shit. And I got to the point where I just deleted this whole family, friends of that family, everybody from that fucking bar. You're off my Facebook because I don't want any of you knowing any of my business,
Right.
where I'm at, because
Which is incredibly smart
I was
on your
scared
behalf.
because
Yeah.
you never know when that fucking asshole just get a hair up his
I
ass
was
and
gonna
like come
say,
hunt
and
me
any
down.
one of those times that he was beating something else, it could have been you.
Yeah, it could have been me.
So.
But yeah, it's and I think the part that didn't help at all is while him and I were together, I had to go to a lot of family functions by myself.
Yeah.
And so I had a certain family member that liked to give digs about my phantom, my ghost, my imaginary husband. And even a dig was made after we had split up and we had been apart for a while. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what? People who have been through shit
Yeah.
don't need your shit.
I
We
was gonna
beat
say,
ourselves
family
up
is
enough.
infamous for that.
Oh yeah.
We beat
Yeah.
ourselves up enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a rotten mom. I feel like a failure as a woman because I've been married and divorced 3 times. I've put up with fucking assholes. I've brought asshole men into my children's lives. That is punishment enough.
Yeah.
I feel guilty for that, you know, and I've had depression and the depression and anxiety has been, you know, I inherited anxiety from my mama. I
Yeah.
love you, Mom.
Yeah.
But no, my kids have had to deal with that aspect of my life.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like every time there's rejection, every time this, and mom tailspins, and
Yeah.
you know, mom's having a hard time with life, can't afford shit. So guess what? You get to go stay with your dad for a while, and I get to be a weekend mom. You know,
Yeah.
it's. I think the worst thing out of all this, and even all the crap that I've been through, is how it's affected my children.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, because I just had assholes in their lives, and they don't deserve that. And
But thank God they're resilient.
And I love
and they
you.
do.
I love you
And
very
they
much.
need to see what a healthy relationship is like,
Yes.
because it pisses me off to high heaven, because I actually know people that them and their spouse do not get along whatsoever, and kids are not dumb.
I know.
Right.
And you're
No,
teaching
they
your
aren't.
kids that is what love is supposed to be, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, love isn't punching a wall because you're pissed off, and love is
Right.
not calling your wife a fat ass, and
No.
or publicly humiliating you. That is not love.
Can I say something? Growing up, my mom dated a lot of jerks, a lot of assholes, and was treated pretty badly. And yes, I was there for a lot of it. But I have to say, even through it, I loved her so much. And I never looked at her like she was a failure. I never looked at any of that as it was her fault. And I'm sure that your kids see that too. That it's not your fault.
My oldest. Now, I know Allison and Gabriel love me to pieces, but my oldest is my mini me. She's been comforting me since she was like 2 years old. She's the empath and the really empathetic in the one in the family, and she can spot someone in a room. But yeah, there's times when she was 2 o'clock and she, 2 years old, and she's sitting on the bed next to me. It's all right, mommy, I love you. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what am I doing to my kids? But yeah, it's just, it's mom has been through so much shit. And it's like, be nice for them to see their mom happy and doing okay financially and things like that. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm almost 46 years old. What the fuck have I done with my life? It's like, I never imagined growing up that, I dreamed to be a 46-year-old. It's been divorced 3 times, put up with a bunch of shit and broke as fuck. No, but that's how it happens. And the thing is, and I tell people this, that I can't regret any of those moments at all, because you change one little thing in your life, it's a ripple effect and your whole life has changed. If I hadn't married the asshole, the first one, I wouldn't have my oldest daughter, or if I haven't been through this shit, I wouldn't have met you guys, or all you change one little aspect, and all those things make you stronger, make you a badass,
Right?
And
you are.
I
was
try.
gonna say,
I have my moments.
You are, but I see such great things in you,
Yes.
Candy, and I know that
You
we
are
are
a strong
so
woman.
hard on ourselves for our
Yes.
past.
Mhm.
I've experienced. I haven't gone through the marriages. I went through one divorce and everything, but I look back on that stuff now, and I'm like, you're right. If that stuff wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be where I'm
Right.
at now. And I see you just like growing leaps and bounds already.
Mhm.
And I
there-
think a lot has to do with, like you said, the tribe, the people that you're with, the people that you're involved with.
Yes.
You try to find those people that help you lift you up, not do the
Mhm.
shady stuff behind your back.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
speaking of those that lift you up, there's a special message in group for you
Yeah.
in chat from Christina Mitchell. She
Oh,
goes,
Jesus.
Candy, I'm right there with you. I always feel like Connor hates me for all I have done. So she knows.
I love you, girl.
All right, Christina, you just made her cry.
But
She's got tears and everything, Christina. So, but your tribe knows. Your tribe loves you.
and we see you doing great things.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see what the rest of this year brings you, because you've
Yes.
got a lot.
And we've got
A
front row
lot.
seats, and we're here ready to applaud you.
And we are.
You guys. You guys are awesome.
So what would you give to somebody out there that is going through this, has been going through this? What kind of message can you tell them for moving forward?
Yes. Or if you had advice for your past self, or
There you
somebody who is currently
Right.
going through one of the 3 situations that you just described.
Take no shit. You are worth more than you
Give yourself
give
credit
yourself
for.
credit for. And
Yeah.
and here's another thing is reflection on your life, because I beat myself up so bad about allowing myself to be in these relationships. But when
Yeah.
I realized and there was this epiphany that I had, that it's like, a guy who controls you and beats you or whatever is not going to leave you if you allow it. So
Right.
therefore, no
Yeah.
abandonment.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
I was going to say, and Tony says your tribe has called you amazing. You can yell at him for that one later.
What was it you called me last night, Tony?
Oh, was it not
Uh-oh.
amazing? Was it
Was
something else?
Call me a jerk.
Well, with
Well,
the tribe,
sometimes.
there's that goes around sometimes
Yes.
too.
Well, we're all different. Like, I
But I
came in and
think-
called you guys offers today, but
Yeah.
I meant it with love.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah,
And
just-
I have called everybody in this room assholes, jerks.
Yeah.
That's
something.
brothers and sisters do.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
But yeah, it's
Especially Tony. So
Yeah.
he's heard worse from me.
I think the biggest thing is if you're suffering from depression and anxiety, see someone about it.
Okay.
I've had anxiety for years and depression for years, and
Yeah.
it's basically a storm floats in, I ride it out, the
Right.
storm and stuff. But I got put on medication, and I should have probably done that a long time ago. But I'm a
Right.
stubborn ass.
It's a stigma about it, though,
Yeah.
too.
There
That's
is.
another thing.
I was
There
going to
is.
say there's two stubborn asses in this room because I was right there with you. I do not want to be on the antidepressants whatsoever.
No, nobody
but
does.
Nobody does.
Because of the storms that I'm riding through with
Mhm.
the loss of my parents, I would hate to see what I would be like without that medication.
I think I just should need to smoke some weed, like a couple hits before I go to bed at night, and I should be good. I
You
don't
hear
really
her,
want to be
she's-
on the pills.
She's pro CBD, guys.
She's pro CBD, yeah.
I know some people.
So, yeah,
But
we
no,
know
I
people.
I think reaching out is most important, and standing your ground and knowing what you're worth.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Reaching out to people to get that help you need,
Don't
that
let it go
strength
too
you
far.
need. Yeah, because it could have went horribly worse.
Yeah.
It could have, and it should have never even gotten that far. But
Right.
it's being truthful with yourself and who you are and what your issues are. Don't be ashamed of them. Just figure out how you're going to navigate them and deal with them, and just get the help you need and get the people that support you in your life, and don't put up with the bullshit. I
Yeah.
mean, you only live one life.
You do.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you want to be around people who are going to drag you down and treat you
Exactly.
like shit?
Right.
Don't do it. Don't allow it.
So,
And I know it's easier said than done sometimes,
Oh my
but
god, yes.
but you really, if you need help getting that kick behind your butt, get a hold
Right.
of us.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not professionals,
gonna
but
say-
we've
I
all
have
been through
steel
it.
toe boots. I'm good at kicking.
That's what
Is
these
it-
little size 6s are right here.
Is it homework
babies.
time? Because I have some homework for
Oh yeah,
everybody.
it's homework time.
It's homework time. So we were talking down at the man cave about all of those wonderful I am statements
Mhm.
and how you should write them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I told you that I always kept mine where I could just grab it and read it whenever I needed a boost.
Okay.
I'm going to share my 10 I am statements
Okay.
or my 10 truths about myself. And I'm challenging everybody out there listening to write your own. Carry them with you whenever you are feeling down or not enough. Pull out your I ams and read them.
I love it.
So, without further delay,
Drum roll, please.
my 10, well, they're technically not I ams, but they're all true in my eyes. So, I have beautiful eyes. I have a great smile. I am worth so much more than I give myself credit for, which that's everybody. I am talented and I work hard to be. I can do anything I put my mind to. I am a strong woman. I am well loved. I am kind. I am smart and I am an avid learner. And my favorite, I am a survivor. I have survived 100% of my worst days imaginable.
That is awesome.
So those are my I ams or my truths, and I challenge everybody else. 10 truths, whatever they are. You write them down, you carry them with you, and when you have doubts of yourself, you pull those babies out and you read them, and I guarantee you will start feeling better.
I love it.
yeah,
So-
Sixers, you hear that? You're all been challenged.
And if you
So-
if you need that place,
Yes.
the safe places to go to talk about whatever it is you need to talk
Yes.
about, remember, we are not licensed. We are not therapists or any of that.
Yes.
But we are here to help you find where
Yes.
you belong or where you need to go.
Exactly.
So please do that homework.
yes.
I love it.
Each and every one of us is different, and that's okay.
And that is okay.
Yes.
So, guys, I think it's about that time. I know we went a little bit over, but I'm thankful
Yes,
for
we
that. I'm
did.
glad that you were
Yes.
here with us, Candy.
Thank you so much for sharing your story.
We
with
love
us,
you.
Candy.
Thank
Love you, love you, love
Love
you.
you guys.
Tony sends you big hugs as well as all of us. And
Yeah.
as always, be better, not bitter.
And remember, guys, life is best lived. We will see you on.
October 6th.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys later. And thanks for tuning in.
Or at Mitch's Comedy Room.
check out 6 Degrees Truth Serum.
Yes.